Hello, Creative Crusaders. I have some inspiration for you today. It's a conversation and a little bit of me chatting with my friend Anastasia about the filmmaking industry. Now, she has the special advantage of actually living in LA. And of course, I live here in Utah, but both of us have had some interesting experiences working in filmmaking. And I just wanted to share this with you. Also, if you're listening and you just are like, wow, I want to get into something like filmmaking, feel free to go online, check out what's available near you, how you can get involved. And there's so many ways you can. Being an extra is a possibility. You can also learn or develop skills in maybe wardrobe design and other things. But there are usually online tutorials or groups or forums that you can join. Also, look in your state, and particularly in your state, there's going to be some specific groups that you can join. You can look on Facebook, you can look on general on the internet. So I encourage you to find something you can join and get creative. Let me know if you want me to create another video on some specifics of being an extra and what are some good things to know, because it's a fun thing to try. Just write a comment, give me a thumbs up, and I'll make sure to make that video for you. Enjoy.
I don't know what to do. I've just been kind of in a fluster because I got this invitation to apply to be an extra on a set, and it's kind of like this kind of Burning Man-esque situation. And they sent back to everyone who applied, they said, have you been to a Burning Man? Like, what outfit would you wear? You know, because originally when they send out the thing, you know, so I'm like, I'll trying on all these outfits and like coming up with crazy shit and like just trying to get it ready to send off to them in the application. But I just think it would be cool because I know there are going to be other people who have gone to Burning Man there. I've not gone to Burning Man, but I've gone to Burning Man-like things, you know. But yeah, anyways, it's just an exciting thought to like to hang out and get paid, you know, to like be around people in this assimilated world, you know.
Yeah, no, background and audience work, yeah, that it's always a blast being able to get booked for that.
Yeah,
a lot of fun doing that. Even when it wasn't fun, it was still fun.
yeah, it's just a unique experience, you know.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you know it's going to be something to call home about. You know, no matter what happens, it's always a fun way to spend a day and to get paid on top of that. It's pretty freaking cool. Yeah.
Yeah, the preparation though is like a lot.
Oh yeah, it depends on
what it is, but for me it's not like I have, you know, my extra wardrobe just hanging out. Like,
yeah.
If they're looking for teachers, this is my outfit. If they're looking for a cowgirl, this is my outfit.
Yeah, that's why because I worked with a casting agency, and you indicate what you do already have a wardrobe for, so you always know that when you're booked, you're going to get booked for something you have clothes and things for. However, people often put, oh yeah, I know martial arts, or I ride a horse, or I have like a, you know, I can dress up as a dominatrix, but they don't, you know. So, and then some people last minute are like, oh no.
Yeah, last minute they're like, I need to go to Savers.
I don't have my hippie outfit yet, or what? Yeah.
And then they're spending more on the outfit than they get paid. That's classic.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And then in LA, they're like, oh no, now I'm running late. Now I need to take an Uber, and now they've spent way more money than they've made. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes. Were you there that day? No.
I was.
Yeah. I don't
I've
know.
been an extra a few times, and it's kind of funny. It's a labor. It's an act of love. I really consider it to be an act of love, or an act of just feeling of importance. Either way, that's okay, because it helps make movies happen.
Yeah, it's an act of showing up, and sometimes it's an act of love as well. It's an act of a lot of different things. It is just an act, actually, at the end of the day.
Let us act. Yeah.
And yeah, there is often no movie without other people to fill in the scene, so it kind of looks realistic, so you can suspend all that disbelief and actually enjoy yourself with the movies. Um, yeah, or whatever you want to do with the movie. So, speaking of which, I was invited to make some comments about a short film, gorgeous black and white, about 19-20 minute film that I watched last night. It was kind of like dipping my toes back into what I used to do for a second. Although the person who sent me the link didn't realize my background, so he's like, "Oh no, now I'm nervous. Why did I send my film to you?" Like, I will be fair. I will be fair. Kind of. I was actually rather disturbed by it, and I had a whole slew of things to say that probably wouldn't have been fair, so I definitely slept on it.
Yeah.
I will say something much nicer, especially as he replied, "Please be nice to our humble film." Yeah, emphasize our humble, Yeah, anyway.
It's amazing. I mean, I know we're really going off on this, but the film industry is awesome. I mean, the shorts that Grace and I have done, I you want to pay people, but when you don't have any money, it's like, well, or little money. I mean, I'm amazed what we have created with the little that we have had, but I forget what I was going to say after that. It's gone. It's a magical process. If I have a few $1,000s and I can get away with that to make a little small short film, then heck yeah, like freaking A, do it. I mean, because the experience itself, when everyone comes together, they've agreed to the amount they've gotten,
right?
And they, for some reason, this is an opportunity for them to either get more experience, to step in a role they haven't been able to before, to just show support, whatever it is. Huh?
Like what we were saying earlier.
Fun.
Dress up.
Have fun. Yeah. And like, it's always an opportunity for them. And it's like, what a freaking beautiful thing. I've enjoyed that so much. In fact, it's been something that's kind of rising in me again. It's just like, Grace, let's do something. Let's create something. Let's express in that way again. I told her, though, I was like, next time we do a film, I'm going to be the one directing. And she's like, maybe.
Are you the AD? Like, what do you do? Are you?
I've done almost everything. I've helped with scripts. Because I've written so much in script writing, and I think actually my role in that has been very needed and very effective. That sounds so snotty, but I think it's so true. Assistant direct, finding the sets, finding props mistress, making props, costuming. I've done costuming before. Actually really enjoy that, and I enjoyed it so much. It's just I can't do everything, right? And sometimes you get to leave it for other people to do. But it was interesting because we made the first one that we did. I think I did superbly on the wardrobe, superbly, and it was kind of sad because the second one we did, I think the wardrobe worked, but I think in a way it just didn't quite make it there.
Yeah.
And it's so sad when, you're the creative director of something and you're just like, that just didn't quite make it there. It just didn't meet the vision quite. But still, it's just a cool thing for everyone to come together with their
Yeah.
vision and what they bring and just make something. So
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm getting excited again. I've got all kind of witchy ideas and stuff, but we'll see if we'll see if something comes to fruition soon. I don't know.
No, I love that, and I always had such an idea about how films needed to be made, that there needed to be, X amount of dollars for a budget, or you just can't do it. But really, where I last worked before COVID, I worked with so many different filmmakers and actors and so on, or sort of aspiring auteur filmmakers who also act or whatever, and like one person who wrote her own many films and wrote one, a few actually, while I was working with her, where she said, yeah, just basically from people on staff, she's like, that guy is kind of like a good cinematographer, he's a good AD, that's a good director, and she just kind of pieced together cast and crew. She starred in it, she helped direct it and wrote it, but yeah, she created a whole, she got everyone together, and they literally, it was all, she wrote it so that it would just be really set in one place, like a cabin in the woods. So they would
Yeah.
shoot around, they would literally rent a cabin, shoot around the cabin, in the cabin, whatever. So they had all of what they needed. Everything was strategically written and planned, so that it was just
Yeah.
extremely low budget. People were largely paid with a weekend in a cabin, lots of beer, booze, and food.
Exactly.
And maybe other questionable things.
After we, shut down for the night, there's going to be good food, there's going to be drinking. You're going to enjoy it, basically. It's a good time.
So it was like, she's like, basically, it was just a bunch of friends who just kind of had a vacation for a weekend and got to shoot a movie. And, if it's, because they're all very talented people, and it's, they're like, hey, we can even shop this around, like try and see if someone will distribute it, try and see if we can get it into the festival circuit, and then, then it's a credit, and they,
Exactly.
hell yeah, just make it a credit anyway. just do it. And, yeah, and yeah, you get to make something, and it doesn't have to go through some festival circuit or get distribution. Just the fact that you did it, and you're moving that sort of that momentum. I see like this boulder, that it seems overwhelming. It seems like stuck. It doesn't want to move. It's almost like concrete set in the concrete. But then you just kind of like go like boop, and it's like, oh, actually, I'm a wheel, and I just needed a little boop, 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 And the more you just keep pushing it, the more it fine tunes, and it sort of like, it almost sculpts itself, right? It's like rolling, and it's like all the extra blah, blah, blah flies off. Suddenly there's like, little tiny, there's spokes, and like, it's all, anyway.
No, it's fun.
Something.
It's so fun. And I'm just remembering recently, Grace found a few years ago when we were all just hanging out, some of us together, which is Thor and me and kids or whatever. We just started, since we were in high school, we'd write weird poetry, So we were doing this poetry, and Grace found it and put it into the word process, and she thought, wouldn't it be so funny to if we shot something and this went along with this poem,
Oh,
and it's it's just really fun. Even 3 minute whatever that just adds that extra oomph to the crazy strange world that it is. It's actually quite ingenious, I think, because like you really can be taken into a world like that with something like that, and it's fun. So who knows, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll just have some fun with that. But I don't know.
Oh, I love that, and that's been visiting me just as you, so I support that.
Yeah, I think on my 4 hours of sleep, this is where it's at.
Oh, damn. All right. Okay.
I got had a really cool experience last night, and I can't say what production and everything, but yeah,
Oh, you
yeah,
mean you did the background work? Oh,
yeah.
dang. Oh, how fun. Oh,
So
wow.
cool. And what was so cool, man, but now I'm processing, and it was so amazing because there were like maybe 30 of us extras on
Yeah.
the set, and we all were so involved. Like, we got to vocalize, we like made the scene,
Hell yeah.
like, and like there were some amazing moments, and I met some really cool people. I
Yeah.
mean, it was just like, just, it was an experience that made me feel like I was really just part of something.
Amazing.
Yeah. And like I was like, oh, all right, that was cool. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Oh my God. I'm so glad you did that.